Hi everyone, it's Ben from Trekitt and I'm out here with Harry behind the camera as always in the woods by Croft Castle. Croft Castle's up over there somewhere, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day. As you can probably tell from the video, we are hiding in the shade a little bit because it's supposed to be a bit of a scorcher today. But in today's video we're here to talk to you about the Deuter Speed Lite series, particularly the Speed Lite 25, which will be the main feature of this inside look video, but we will mention some of the other Speed Lites in the family as well that we also have in our range. Over the course of this video we'll go through what this bag is, what it's intended for, and what we really like about it. So stay tuned to find out a little bit more about the Deuter Speed Lite. So first and foremost, what is the Deuter Speed Lite? Deuter Speed Lite is a 25 litre lightweight rucksack that's really been designed for pretty much a whole host of outdoor activities. The Speed Lite is kind of the clue with the name. It's supposed to be used for slightly faster paced activities, maybe a bit of fast packing, maybe even a light bit of trail running, or if you're doing sort of a very lightweight overnighter, but equally as well suited to hiking and just sort of a general day pack. It's a really versatile pack that has also used Blue Sign approved recycled fabrics, so that Deuter are being a little bit more environmentally conscious with this as well, trying to make use of pre and post consumer waste in this product to make it a little bit more environmentally conscious. And all around, it's just a nice lightweight pack that's a really nice size for a day pack, or if you are using it for fast packing, you can probably get your overnight stuff in something like this, but we'll go through that a bit later in the video. So what's the Deuter Speed Lite made from? This applies to not just the Speed Lite 25 that I've got here today, but also the other ones in the range. So they do a few smaller packs in their range, both in men's and women's fit. And there are also a few Speed Lites that are a little bit bigger than this as well. The main component of this, so the main fabric, is made from post-industrial but pre-consumer waste that's been 100% recycled and is Blue Sign approved. So all of that fabric has been basically taken from industrial waste that they have then recycled and made into a new fabric that is suitable for use on this pack. Means that they're reusing some of the materials that would otherwise have potentially gone to waste, either to landfill or other uses, and then recycle them into their packs, which is quite a nice little touch. There are a few new bits on this, so things like the buckles and other bits and bobs around the pack, but the main component of this pack is that 100% recycled industrial, pre-consumer, post-industrial waste on this pack. The outside of this pack is then treated with a PFC-free DWR, so again a little bit more of a nod to the environmental credentials surrounding this pack. They're just trying to cut down on the damage to the environment, and that PFC-free DWR will mean that this pack will shed off light rain and sort of general moisture. It doesn't mean that the bag is waterproof by any means, and that PFC-free DWR will also wear out through the use of the bag. So in order to keep it functioning at its best, you will want to use either a spray-on or a wash-in. For something like a rucksack, it's much easier to do a hand wash, sort of with a damp cloth, and then respray on a DWR with something from the likes of Granger's or Nickwacks. Moving on to the carry system, so the back system on this guy. I am also going to do up this buckle because it's really annoying me. Deuter have chosen to keep things lightweight with the Speed Lite, funnily enough, and gone for sort of a semi trail running vest style construction with the straps. So you get a very wide strap construction here with pockets on top that helps spread the load a little bit more evenly. Everything is perforated both along the straps for a little bit of extra breathability, and then the simple back system on the back here does have some ventilation on it, but it is quite a simple back. You know, it's not like the Futura range from Deuter that has a sprung back system on it that can potentially be a little bit more comfortable when carrying a little bit more load. This bag is designed around carrying slightly less weight, so you have a still comfortable padded foam back system, but it is not quite as complex as something like the Futura, which is where you gain a little bit of extra weight reduction on a bag like this. It is a fixed back length, so it only comes in one size. It is a one size fits all pack, and in practice, unless you are at the extreme end of that spectrum, so either someone who is very, very tall or someone who is very short and your back lengths correspond to that, so either very long back or short back, it will fit most people. I am on the taller end of that spectrum. I've got quite a long back length and this pack does still fit me. We'll cut in a few shots of me wearing this pack and walking around with it, but in practice I found a pack like this to be very comfortable. and it is adjustable enough that you can get it to fit most people, and it is really rather comfortable. So a few initial impressions with carrying this bag now that I've got it on and we're going for a little wander. I can't go too fast because Harry's using a gimbal at the moment and I don't want him to trip over, purely for the camera's sake. He'll be fine. But this pack is really comfortable. Deuter have done a great job of spreading the load out with the carry system and making it comfortable. These shoulder straps that we've got on that are a little bit wider than some you might see spread the load out really evenly, and it just does feel really comfortable. It might not be the most breathable pack ever, so on a very hot day you might get a little bit sweaty because you've got no separation between the back system, but the Speed Lite is designed to be that smaller, lighter weight pack. From Deuter, you'd probably be looking at one of their Futuras if you wanted something that was going to be a little bit more breathable than this for those really warm days, but it would be a little bit heavier. Overall, this feels really comfortable, moves well with me when I'm sort of shuffling around awkwardly, but yeah, it's just really comfortable. So another benefit of this back system, and the fact that this bag doesn't actually have a proper frame in it, is that it is much more travel compliant. So if you are traveling with it, you need to get it into an overhead locker or you need to stuff it a little bit, it will fend and bold. It will fold and bend a little bit so that you can get it into some tighter spots quite easily. And it just means that it's a little bit easier to carry with you than a bag that does have a frame in it, because those frames don't really want to bend. They want to keep the bag nice and rigid, whereas this one, a little bit more flexible, will move in those situations. It will also move a little bit better with you when you're out fast packing with it. So if you do go for some trail runs or just moving a little bit quicker, when you're moving with the pack, thanks to this style of strap on it, it will move very well with you and sit sort of in the small of your back rather nicely. Cool, so it's about time we go over the features of the Deuter Speed Lite. We'll start at the front where we have this big stretchy mesh pocket on the front here. Great for storing a waterproof or any wet kit that you've got or anything that you want for quick access. I personally would be chucking my waterproof in there until I needed it, and it's nice and stretchy, feels nice and secure, so it's not going to fall out if you do put anything in there. You have daisy chains running down the front here, which are great for clipping in things like the helmet holder, which is an accessory that's sold separately. Don't know whether we're currently stocking that one, but it is available from Deuter. You have pole carriers and accessory points here, and then you've got your loops that tuck away here, so you can put walking poles on this guy. It's really rather useful, and it's all nice and streamlined and nice and clean, which is something that Deuter is really quite good at. On both sides, so it's the same on both sides of the pack, so I'll only do the left-hand side, you have compression straps top and bottom, so you can cinch out any excess, and they are captive because you've got little elastic bands on them here, which is really nice, so you don't get any of these straps sort of flapping about the place, which is quite good. You get stretch mesh pockets on the side, which are big enough for water bottles, and again, strong elastic on these, so you do get a good hold. It's always really frustrating when manufacturers use slightly soft elastic and then your bottle falls out if you lean too far forward or anything like that. It's happened to me a few times and I've ended up denting a few water bottles. Not much fun. These guys, you don't really have that issue. On the top of the pack, you obviously have your main zip that goes all the way around, but we'll go into that in just a second, into the main compartment. But back here, you have a small stash pocket that is on the, you know, it's a decent enough size. You could get your phone, keys, things like that in there, and 4 keys in here somewhere. You do have a little key retainer, so useful spot for that. And then it zips up nice and clean again, and it doesn't interfere with the rest of the pack. So moving on to top of the pack here, then you have the main zipper. All of the zips on this bag are YKK, so you know you've got that reliable quality from YKK. And the zips go quite far down, so they go down to just above the bottle pocket, so you get good access to this pack. So inside you get one big main compartment, so nice size. That is your 25 litre capacity here. So nice simple construction there, so you just get one big vessel that you can chuck everything into. But because of that zip, if you unclip the compression straps, the front folds down, so you have really good access inside the pack. Makes it really nice and easy to get things at the bottom, and also for packing the pack. It is hydration compatible, so you've got an elasticated sleeve here that you put your hydration bladder into, and then little retention Velcro here, and somewhere here you got a little just there, so that you can stick your hydration bladder tube out and then run it down the straps here. The only other major feature of this bag is you do, and it's something that you have on all Deuter bags, have emergency instructions. So nice little add-on feature that tells you what to do in emergency situations. Obviously, we'd recommend making sure you are fully qualified before going out into dangerous situations and sort of informing yourself of those risks. But something like this is just a nice add-on if you do have a moment that you weren't quite prepared for. There are basic instructions here that may potentially help you out in that situation. That about wraps up our inside look into the Deuter Speed Lite family, most notably the Speed Lite 25 that I've got here. There will be a link on the screen now, somewhere here. I'm just going to point all over the screen so Harry has to put it somewhere, where you can shop the entire range of Deuter packs. So the other sizes in the range, we've got some of the smaller packs and some of the bigger packs from Deuter, where the feature set will vary slightly, but the main core message is exactly the same as it is on the Speed Lite 25. Lighter weight, still feature rich, but not compromising on any areas that you would expect with such a lightweight pack. If you want to shop the entire range, that link will be on the screen now. If you have any questions about anything that we've said in this video today, or about rucksacks in general, or anything else you'd like to see from us in the future, we always appreciate some comments down below. And as always, we'd appreciate if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, even though I can't say subscribe today. Subscribe. And that's about it from me today. I'm going to take this pack and go for a little wander. So we will see you in the next one. You take care.